Hello, everybody. This is Happenin or Group8, and I am here today to describe our Hi-Fi prototype. Our mid-fi prototype and user testing plan really gave us some valuable insight into how we built the Hi-Fi, so I'm going to explain the user testing a little bit. We split up two different task questions for the mobile and watch prototype. For the mobile, we described them a scenario of them moving to Chicago and wanting to tailor events to their interests and how they would book that and find it in their favorites. And we did a similar analysis for the watch as well, how they would open up the notification and book an event. We then had some post-test questions to really get a better sense of the user's workflow by asking if there were any challenges that were confusing, how the task could be improved, or any just general comments or questions. And from there, we got this feedback. I'll run through some of these bullets. Participants had noted that they didn't know how many interests they could select on that sign-up page, a clear return page. People were a little unclear on differentiating adding events to the favorites and accessing the favorites menu within the interface. People wanted to be able to book outside of the favorites page as well. There was difficulty tapping on the adding events feature. There was difficulty adding events to favorites on the watch. And the watch also provided some participants with difficulty typing. And I'm going to do a walkthrough of our interface and show you how we took that feedback into consideration and changed a few things. But first, I'm going to describe our style guide. So this was our original mood board. So we definitely had a very colorful looking inspiration for this. We wanted happiness, joy to people who use it. So we ended up going with this orangish theme, orange, blues, and pink. And we took the Happenin logo, stacked it a few times to make it jump out at you, put that over an orange background, and really had it pop out with the white contrast. Here we have our buttons and images. We have just primary, secondary buttons, back buttons, favorite icons, profile icons, pretty standard stuff. We had Montserrat, semi-bold, medium text, also bold text in there as well. And we used a few different clip art designs just to fill in some of that negative space. And we had the city skyline to really show that this is an app that is supposed to be used on the go and for looking for things to do. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through the Hi-Fi mobile prototype. Here we see a user can put in their zip code, and then this leads them into our activities field that curates activities around them. So based on the scenario text field, here we see, in my free time I enjoy, or when it's nice out I like to. You can see different things that they can choose. And we also added a select all that apply text field for those who didn't know how many activities they could choose. And then this brings us into our explore page based off the zip code that the user fills in. So here you see me selecting things that I like, and these will be in our favorites page. But also, if you wanted to, you can switch to the map view and just book it straight from there. That was a concern that our participants noted, that they didn't want to go to the favorites page every time. They just wanted to be able to book somewhere straight up. So we used that for the map feature. And now you see that it's indicating us that we can go back to the events. But I'm going to show you our favorites page now. We added more prominent and consistent back buttons and dots at the bottom for a clear indication of the interface in terms of navigation, because clear access to a return page and swiping through different events was noted by participants to be a little unclear. So we added those to really help them out. And the way our buttons were lined up before, if you did favorite something on the Explorer, the details would show up right away. But we took that out and just kept it in the favorites menu just to prioritize booking there. And here you can see you can also edit your profile and save the changes. And based on our feedback for the watch prototype, users had difficulty adding events to favorites and typing on the smartwatch. So we got rid of the ability to edit the profile on the watch. We added auto-filled text to the booking page, along with using GPS-enabled tracking so you don't have to manually enter the location, just because the watch typeface is pretty small, so we want easy usability for that. So thanks for taking the time to go through that walkthrough with me. These are all the Hi-Fi revisions that I had mentioned, just all in one place. And we had a really great time working on this. It was great to see how the user testing really influenced our Hi-Fi prototype. And we definitely learned a lot throughout that process. So thanks again. This has been happening, and we're excited to show you this prototype.